Welcome to the Village Green NBTV show on the environment in Newport Beach. I'm Nancy Gardner, your host. And today we're going to hear about a challenge that is particularly relevant when we've had such a dry winter. And then we're going to go up to the Moose Center and find out what the Newport Bay Conservancy has on store, a couple of special events. Yeah. We're all here with Mayor Kevin Muldoon. And we're going to talk about a challenge. Now, of course, being on the City Council, you have lots of challenges.
We do.
But this is a sort of a fun one, I think. So you tell us about it.
Yeah, I think it's fun, too. We're hoping that the residents of Newport Beach take a water pledge. And it's a contest. It's a friendly contest.
Okay. A contest with lots of people and everybody in the world?
Many cities are participating in the United States.
All right.
And we're in the category of about 50,000 to 100,000 residents.
Oh, so we're in the same, they do it by population.
They do.
Okay.
And the rumor I hear is we're 5th place right now.
Oh, well, that's not bad, because there's a lot out of 80?
I don't know out of how many.
Oh, okay, so 5th,
yeah.
all right.
And so if everyone would go online who's watching this segment and take the mywaterpledge.com water pledge, there's a good chance we can win. The thought is just to make residents aware of their water use. If they're aware of how much water they consume and they take a pledge to reduce it, that will have a significant effect when you consider all the residents are participating. So just thinking about your water use, being conscious of it, turning off the faucet when you're not doing the dishes or in between brushing your teeth, those slight differences are going to make a significant impact for the whole state and for other regions in the country.
Well, I think that's one of the things that is hard for us to remember, that just as, oh, that little bit of runoff doesn't matter, no, that one little bit of runoff doesn't matter, but when you've got thousands of us doing it, then we've got an urban runoff problem. And the same with saving. You think, well, just turning the water off while I brush my teeth, big deal. But if we're all doing that, the gallons mount up.
Some of us who brush our teeth 3 times a day like me, it adds up. Yeah, I'm obsessive
about it. I only get 2.
Yeah.
So part of it's awareness. And then does the city at all, in terms of the council or you, do anything particularly different during this period aside from raising awareness?
No, we're not really measuring the outputs. We're not taking a very close look at what the results are. It's more of a challenge, a friendly challenge. And the thought is just to encourage the residents to be conscious of it. We're not going to come back and score our residents or try to give anyone a hard time. It's a really good-natured, positive campaign.
All right, well, so does it look like we are going back to where we were, say, 5 years ago or 6 years, when we were really saying, hey, we have people going out and we have code enforcement? Are we going to be approaching that, do you think?
I'm not sure. Unfortunately, this year we do have a bit less rainfall than was expected. And if there's not a change, it's going to get tougher and tougher for us to share our resources. I'm of the opinion that it's better to educate than to enforce. A lot of times when we're checking meters, we're finding that there's a leak. And so education seems to be the appropriate way to deal with it, in my opinion.
Well, we can agree to disagree on that one. Because yeah. I think some people just don't pay attention. And you can educate all you want, and they're just, I see water, I mean, I can remember during the worst of the drought, walking in the morning and just seeing water pouring out from someone's broken sprinkler that they weren't aware of. Well, that's not a matter of, it's sort of education, like, hey, you got to check those things once in a while. But it was just so aggravating to see gallons of water flowing that could have been used for something else.
I know, Nancy, you can agree that 20, 30 years ago when we were younger, the hose just running and car washing driveways was a regular occurrence. So I do think people are learning.
Oh, I do. I agree. I mean, I do think that the majority of us have become much more careful. Even now, when we thought we had a couple of wet winters and could be, we're more relaxed about it. But I think certain habits have certainly changed. Which maybe that's why I notice more the scofflaws, or maybe they're not, or the ignorant, or the just unaware, because it's not as common. I mean, you used to see just the water flowing down the street all the time. So the city's done a lot of things over the years in terms of water conservation. A lot of the medians have been
drought resistant.
Yeah, from grass or something. So a question. We're looking out here at a very big grass area.
We are.
Has there ever been any consideration given to say maybe making that artificial grass? Because I notice every time they have a really big thing here, there's all sorts of work has to be done because grass is sensitive to to ruts in it. Any thought about that?
I have not heard of anyone bring that up. I'll tell you a funny story. We had the Easter egg roll this last Sunday, and the sprinklers went off.
Oh.
So we wouldn't have that problem for future events. So I'm always open to discussing stuff like that. And obviously you have a passion more than most on these issues. So.
Well, I just, it's sort of funny when we have removed so much grass from so many areas and encourage our residents during that one period to say take their medians and put in artificial grass if they really wanted it, to have that look of the lawn that we have this big thing. Well, have you done anything special since it's the mayor's challenge?
Yeah. No, I'll tell you, I'm aware of it though, and I've talked about it with my wife, and we're taking the pledge, and I was happy for the rainfall we did get, but I was disappointed it wasn't more. I actually love the rain, but also I care for our community having a lot of water resources. So I just encourage everyone else to join me in taking the pledge, and together we can make a really big difference.
I think so. I think so. And I think we should also, since we're talking about water, we should thank the past councils, particularly the ones that got the Fountain Valley well and everything.
Oh yes, what vision.
We have so much more diversity in our water resources than so many cities do, so we want to thank them too. But yes, so let's all take the pledge. It's a good time to save water, and hey, we'd like to win. Let's
That's
move
right.
from fifth place to first place.
That's right. We should be first place. Newport Beach is the best water community I can think of. We should be #1 in water wisdom.
Good. All right.
All right.
I'm here with Tori Limon, and you're with the Newport Bay Conservancy, and you're a new face. This is my first meeting with you.
Yes.
So before we get into some of the details on Earth Day, which is coming up, tell me a little bit about yourself, like what got you into this field, maybe where you went to school.
Yeah, so my background is in environmental studies, and I did that at the University of Santa Barbara, which was amazing. I graduated in December of 2019, so just 2 months before the pandemic hit. But it was wonderful because before graduation, I was able to travel a little bit and kind of see the world through an environmental lens, and I was able to do a lot of environmental education in different parts of the world, and it really motivated me to want to start doing that in places that I call home. And I wanted to take that knowledge and bring it to California and the United States. And I got lucky with Newport Bay Conservancy. That helped me do that. So.
And you're the education specialist, so you do class tours and that sort of...
Yeah, so we'll do class tours. I started off doing high school outrigger programs. So we basically take this really large canoe and fill students with it, and we just teach them all sorts of really cool things about the Upper Newport Bay and hopefully inspire them to want to preserve it as well.
Okay, well, teens aren't always the easiest audience, but did you find a good reaction from them?
I do. They're very interesting. So I started off working with high school students, and those different audiences. Some high school students are really eager. Others, are just excited to be outside, which is okay too.
And sometimes it just has to be cool.
They just want to play it cool, But it's definitely they're very fun to work with, and I can tell that they do really enjoy being outside and learning for the most part. So it's really nice. And I'm just starting working with elementary school students now. We also do Muth tours with some of the younger kiddos, so that's been a lot of fun. I'm really excited to start doing that as well. So all the different age demographics.
With both groups, with elementary kids, they can get so enthusiastic. And they go home and they make their parents do certain things.
Yes.
Oh, don't do that because I just found out. And then you never know with your teenage kids which one is going to strike a spark and go, you know what, I suddenly know what I want to do. So that must be something neat.
Yeah, it's really amazing. And, after field trips, it doesn't happen, all the time. And also we're just getting started. But, it's really nice to have, 1 or 2 students come up to me afterwards and be like, how can I get involved? Or what was that cleanup day you were talking about again? Like, they really do. It's really, really nice to see that some students are really wanting to get involved. And that is definitely a really special feeling.
Yeah, you go home and say,
I
That
did
was a
something.
good day.
Yay.
I made the world a little bit better.
Yeah.
All right, well, speaking of making the world better, we have Earth Day coming up.
Yes, Earth
And
Day.
I know this is always a big event up here at the Moose Center. So
Yeah.
tell us what's going on.
Yeah, so this will be my very first Earth Day with the Newport Bay Conservancy. Last year we were doing it all virtual, and so I'm very excited to announce that we will be hosting a free in-person Earth Day event. Newport Bay Conservancy and OC Parks hosts one every single year, and this event this year will be on Saturday, April 23rd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. right here at the Peter and Mary Muth Interpretive Center.
And what can people expect when they come?
Well, they can expect a lot of really fun things. It is a free in-person event, like I said. We're going to have live music playing throughout the day. We'll also have food trucks on site and a bunch of arts and crafts for kids and families to participate in. We are also going to be hosting or partnering with local community partners and local artists that will be featured with us too. So lots of really fun things to see and environmental organizations to learn from.
Good. Are you doing any specific projects that day? I mean, if someone came and wanted to volunteer, or?
Yeah, well, for arts and crafts and the kids' activities that they can expect, we do have a scavenger hunt that's going to be complete with prizes and giveaways.
Those are always fun.
Yeah, always fun. We're going to have some live animals, and just a bunch of really cool arts and crafts, and yummy food and good music.
It sounds like a perfect day.
Yeah.
So once again, the date is April 23rd.
Yes,
And the
April-
hours here?
Yes, April 23rd. That's a Saturday, and then it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
To 3 p.m. And there's parking up above?
Yes, parking right above near the Peter and Mary Muth Center, and I do believe that we will be having some parking on the street available as well.
Okay. Well, thank you, Tori.
Thank you so much.
Well, I'm here with Diane Prendergast, and you're going to talk to us about the Back Bay Plein Air Festival. And I know we've had so many years of wonderful paintings. So tell us first a bit about the festival and then about your involvement.
Okay, so SoCal Papa has been partnering with Newport
So that's
Bay
the Southern California
Plein
Plein
Air
Air Painters
Association.
Okay.
That's a mouthful.
That's a long one.
Right, and we've been partnering with Conservancy, Newport Bay Conservancy, and OC Parks, and we usually put on a show every year, but COVID, we were
Right.
kind of did online show, and then we had an abbreviated show inside the center here. But this year we're back in full swing, and we're going to do a 9-day festival here, and everything's going to take place here at the Muth Center.
So 9 days.
Yes.
All right. So what occurs over the 9 days? Is something an event every day, or just say the paintings are on display, or how does that work?
Yep, there's going to actually be an event every day. So July 9th starts off with a quick draw competition. So that's open to not only the SoCal Papa artists, that's also going to be open to the public.
So we're not talking about guns, I'm quite sure.
No, no,
so,
no.
So
A
quick
quick
draw
draw
as a
is-
sketch or something.
Right, exactly. So the artists have their canvases stamped. They come here, have their canvases stamped, and then they can paint anywhere in the upper Newport Bay. Paint, sketch, watercolor, oil, whatever they want to do. Then they bring them back here at like noon.
So there's a time constraint,
There's a time, there's like a 2-3 hour period. They
which
have-
isn't very much for a painting or
No,
something.
no, so that's why it's a
A lot of
competition.
watercolors maybe or something.
Right. And then they bring them back here, frame them, they get judged, and so then we'll have a little ceremony here for the judge paintings, and then we are going to display the paintings inside the Muth Center.
Okay, so that's
from
the,
that competition.
That's the first day.
That's July 9th.
Wow.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a lot for a first day.
And then July 9th through the 15th, we'll have paintings that have already been juried in, and that show is going to be displayed inside the theater, inside the Muth Center.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
And so there'll be approximately 50 to 60 paintings hanging inside the Muth Center that are juried in, and those paintings are exclusively of the OC Parks and the Upper Newport Bay. They
As
as the title,
the subject. Uh-huh.
as the subject,
Okay.
and that's where they were painted.
Okay.
And they were painted plein air at either OC Park location or Upper Newport Bay.
Okay.
And so that's pretty exciting because they'll all be paintings new that have been done this year. So, and then throughout the week, we're going to have artist demos here.
Oh, okay.
So the public can come for free, and we're going to have the time set and what artist is going to be demonstrating. So it'll be watercolor, oil, sketching, and it's going to be free, open to the public, can come and watch an artist create a painting.
That I would think would be difficult. I mean, to have someone, all these people looking over your shoulders.
Well, we're used to it. We're used to it.
Okay,
So that's,
all right.
That's not a problem. So that's going to go on throughout the week, and then the festival ends with the weekend show, the big weekend show, which is going to be the 16th and 17th. Again, right here at the Muth Center. It'll be outside here, and we'll have a bunch of local artists displaying all their beautiful artwork. We'll have a food truck, we'll have some music, and it should be a great event.
It's usually fun. So you are yourself an artist,
Yes, I am.
and are you watercolor, oils? What's your...
I do oil.
You
I
do.
oil paint, and I'm lucky enough I live really close. I can actually walk here,
Uh-huh.
and so I paint here quite a bit.
Do you?
Yeah. I love painting here. I love coming here. I walk my dogs here.
So,
I love this place.
when you paint, do you like have a case or something you bring and an
I
easel
do.
and set up? And
I have mine in like a little backpack
Uh-huh.
with my tripod, and so I can hike around easier. And most plein air painters have some kind of either like a little cart or a backpack or some way to, transport all your stuff and set it up
So you're there, and
along a trail or
you're
down at the
painting
beach.
away, and people come by and they just stop and look, I guess. Do they talk to you?
Oh, sure.
Uh-huh.
Yep. And people want to take pictures. And,
Oh.
And I'm fine with it. Other artists, you're right. Usually if artists don't like to be bothered, they usually put in their earbuds.
Okay, so all right, attention, if you see an artist with earbuds, don't.
That's probably a sign that for some artists it's distracting and they don't like it. I don't mind at all. If people want to talk to me, I have no problem with it.
So, over the course of a week, approximately, we have a couple of... Any day you can come in and buy a painting?
Yes.
Okay.
And they'll all be for sale inside the Muth Center here, and just bring it up to the front desk, and they'll help you out.
All right. And then all of the subjects will be here or Orange County Parks, or will some of the other paintings be from other areas?
So the paintings that are going to be inside the Muth Center that are the juried paintings, those are exclusively of OC Parks and Upper Newport Bay, done this year, and created basically for this show.
Oh, okay.
And then the weekend show is a little more open to different, natural subjects. It could be outside of the OC Parks.
So the first day when you have your quick draw, I have my own.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. I have my own.
Oh, you have your own. Okay.
The first day when you have your quick draw, there's a jury.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
who makes up the jury?
Okay, so let me just explain a little bit better about the quick draw. So after the 2-3 hour period, after they paint their paintings, they're going to come back here, frame their paintings, and then they will be judged. And we're bringing in a judge to jury the paintings.
And is it someone?
It's a local artist.
But with a specialization in plein air, or
Yes.
So it's somebody with some expertise. Now, are there any other judging going on during the week?
Absolutely. So the show that's going to be displayed all week inside the Muth Center of the OC Parks in Newport Bay, that's also judged.
So if you win, what do you get anything?
Oh,
besides honor?
absolutely. Between the 3 big events that are going on that week, we'll be awarding over $4,000 in cash and merchandise and gift cards.
Gift cards to art stores probably, so you can buy more supplies.
Exactly.
A good brush is not cheap.
Exactly. And the Newport Bay also gives out an award for the juried show that's going to be inside the Muth Center, and OC Parks also gives out an award.
So do you know most of the artists that participate?
Well, our club's getting really big, so by the end of the week, I'll probably know everybody.
And do you get the sense that people, that your fellow artists, do they like events like this? Is this fun for them to do?
Oh, this is a huge event for us. This is our biggest event of the year, and we've been looking forward to this for 3 years now.
Uh-huh.
So this is going to be a big event for us.
Well, if you've got space on your wall, you'll want to come, because I've been to a number of the shows, and the paintings are just so great, particularly if it's an area like this that we all love. Thank you, Diane.
Thank you.
How long have you been with the Conservancy now?
A while, going on 9 years.
9
yeah,
years,
I
so-
love it. You can't get rid of me now.
Yeah, our local expert on everything about it.
Everything big.
So these are some you have on display
Yeah.
all year round, some paintings.
Absolutely. So here at the Peter and Mary Muth Interpretive Center, we have a gift shop that's staffed by our volunteers, and we can sell some of our SoCal Papa artwork throughout the entire year. So this is our gallery. We feature 3 artists every quarter. So this quarter we've got Kathleen Williams behind us. She's one of the SoCal Papa members who's just got some amazing artwork that we get to show this quarter.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about how this all started.
Yeah, you know, I think all just SoCal Papa artists just have a huge appreciation for nature, right? And we were, and I believe how the partnership started is they were looking for a place to start displaying some of their work and showcase some of these open spaces in Orange County. And just the Peter and Mary Muth Center was new at the time, and we had a great location to showcase them. So it's a heart of this community for sure.
So tell us a little bit more about the awards and that sort of thing. You were talking about just money and stuff.
Absolutely. So all of these paintings here, SoCal Papa artists dedicate 35% of the proceeds of each sale to the Newport Bay Conservancy and for helping us protect and preserve this back bay.
I think that's really significant because, I mean, it's a commitment on both sides. It's a thank you from the artists for this, all the work you do. And if you're a purchaser, you're going, man, I got a great work of art, and yet I also am making a contribution in this way to the Conservancy.
You know, just by the SoCal Papa artists highlighting these spectacular natural spaces that we have in Orange County, it's a lovely partnership that we get to show them off, and then within that take some of those proceeds to go back and preserve these environments.
Well, I have never brought anybody to the show that they haven't walked away with at least one painting.
I know, you know, I have to say one of Kathleen's is above my fireplace right now. It's one of just a couple kayakers out on the water with a little heron in the foreground. It just, anytime I can't be at the bay, and of course with COVID I was home a lot, it was just so nice to have that memory and that artwork right there for me.
Well, and you can do that by coming. What
yes,
the dates
July
again?
9th is the quick draw, and then from there up until the following weekend.
Okay. At the Muth Center in the Upper Newport Bay.
Yes.
Well, that's our show. Don't forget the events that are coming up. You'll have fun if you attend them. And until next time, let's all work on keeping our village green.